They picked up the pen and thought your life was theirs to edit. They circled your flaws in red ink. They underlined your mistakes. They crossed out your dreams like they were spelling errors. They whispered, "This is who you are." They declared, "This is all you'll ever be." And for a moment, just a moment, you almost believed them. Because when enough voices repeat the same lie, it starts to echo inside your own mind. When enough hands try to push you into a smaller version of yourself, you begin to question your own shape. They tried to rewrite your story. They thought they were the authors, but they forgot one thing. You are the ink. Expectation versus reality. They expected you to accept their version of you. The quiet one, the weak one, the dependent one, the one who would never outgrow their control. They expected you to shrink when criticized, to fold when rejected, to apologize for taking up space. They thought if they repeated a narrative long enough, "You're not good enough. You're too sensitive. You'll never make it without us." You would tattoo it onto your identity. They expected compliance. They expected you to stay within the margins they drew for you. But here's what they didn't see. Every insult, it planted awareness. Every betrayal, it planted independence. Every attempt to belittle you, it planted fire. While they were busy editing your character, you were strengthening it. While they were busy highlighting your failures, you were studying your resilience. While they were busy rewriting your past, you were quietly planning your future. They thought you were breaking. In reality, you were awakening, and awakening is dangerous to anyone who profits from your self-doubt. Transformation. Phase 1. The Silent Rebellion. There was a night, maybe you remember it, when everything felt heavy. The room was quiet, your phone wasn't lighting up. The noise of their opinions finally faded, and for the first time, you heard yourself. Not their judgments, not their expectations, not their rewritten script, just your own voice. It was faint at first, shaky, uncertain, but it was real. You began questioning the narrative they handed you. Am I really incapable? Am I really unworthy? Or have I just been surrounded by people who needed me small? That question changed everything. Because once you suspect the story is false, you stop memorizing it. You start investigating it. You revisited your past, not with shame, but with clarity. You realized that the moments they called failures were actually lessons. The times they labeled you too emotional were moments you were simply honest. The dreams they dismissed as unrealistic were the very things that made you feel alive. They weren't rewriting your story for your benefit. They were rewriting it for their comfort. A smaller you is easier to control. A doubting you is easier to manipulate. A dependent you is easier to predict, but you were never meant to be predictable. So you began your silent rebellion, not loud, not dramatic, but deliberate. You stopped oversharing your plans. You stopped asking for permission. You stopped explaining your ambitions to those who never intended to support them. You started building quietly, reading at night, working when no one was watching, healing wounds they pretended not to see. It wasn't glamorous, it was lonely. Growth often is. You outgrew conversations that once felt important. You outgrew environments that once felt safe. You even outgrew versions of yourself that once felt familiar. And that's painful. Letting go of an old identity feels like shedding skin. It stings. It exposes you. It makes you vulnerable. But it also makes you new. They tried to rewrite your story, but they underestimated your ability to revise. Fire in the margins. There's something powerful about realizing you've been mischaracterized. It ignites you, not with rage, with resolve. You stopped trying to prove them wrong and started proving yourself right. You set goals they said were impossible. You pursued passions they mocked. You invested in skills they never believed you could master. And every small win felt like reclaiming a sentence they once deleted. They said you were inconsistent, so you became disciplined. They said you were weak, so you built mental armor. They said you were lost, so you mapped your own direction. You didn't argue, you evolved, and evolution doesn't need approval. It just needs commitment. You committed to yourself in a way you never had before. Early mornings became sacred, late nights became strategic, silence became your sanctuary. While they were gossiping about your potential, you were executing it. While they were laughing at your ambition, you were sharpening it. You weren't just surviving anymore. You were rewriting, line by line, choice by choice, habit by habit. You were becoming the protagonist of your own life, and that terrifies anyone who wanted to keep you a side character. Conflict reaction, their shock. At first, they didn't notice the shift. They still spoke to you the same way, still tried to define you, still referenced the old version of you. But something was different. You weren't reacting. Their comments didn't sting the same. Their criticisms didn't linger the same. Their attempts to provoke you didn't land the same. Because you were no longer reading from their script. You were writing your own. And when they realized they could no longer control the narrative, panic set in. They tried to remind you of your past. They tried to resurface your mistakes. They tried to reattach labels you had already burned. Don't forget who you used to be. Don't get ahead of yourself. You've changed. Yes, you have changed. That's the point. Did they really think you would stay frozen in the version of yourself that benefited them? Did they believe growth was betrayal? They were comfortable with the old you, the apologetic you, the doubting you, the accommodating you. But the new you, the focused you, the boundaried you, the self-assured you, that version unsettles them because it exposes the truth that you were never incapable. You were just constrained. And now that the constraints are gone, you are limitless. Transformation Phase 2, Crown of Clarity. There comes a moment in every transformation when doubt makes one final attempt. A whisper. Maybe they were right. Maybe you're being unrealistic. Maybe you should go back to what's familiar. And for a second, it's tempting. Familiarity feels safe, even when it's suffocating. But you didn't go back. You paused, you breathed, and you remembered. You remembered the nights you cried because you felt misunderstood. The times you dimmed your light so others wouldn't feel threatened. The dreams you postponed to maintain peace. And you asked yourself a powerful question. Would going back honor the person I'm becoming? The answer was no, so you kept going. You stepped into rooms that once intimidated you. You had conversations that once scared you. You embraced visibility instead of hiding from it. You stopped fearing judgment because you realized something profound. People will talk whether you succeed or fail, so you might as well succeed. That realization felt like placing a crown on your own head. Not a crown of ego, a crown of clarity.